Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be looking at the Innov H5 Helmet camera system. This is not a sponsored video, but this was sent to me at no cost for me to review. As always, a link to the product page will be in the video description in case you want to check out the packages available and their current pricing. Now, I first came across Innov a while back when I saw a video for their C5 helmet camera. The C5 shared some of the components with Innovv's motorcycle-mounted dash cams. It had a camera that you would attach to the helmet and a DVR module that was tethered to the camera. You could then place the DVR in your pocket with a battery pack to power it all up. Not exactly self-contained, but I really thought this was an interesting idea. Fast forward a couple years, and now we have the new H5 that was designed and built specifically as a helmet camera. We're going to see what's in the box, hook this up to my motorcycle helmet, and get some audio and video samples recorded just to see where this might be useful. The retail packaging that I have here is the base system, but I also received an additional package that has one of their optional components. Here's a picture of the items that are included in the base model camera system. You have one DVR module, one battery, one power supply module, a 360-degree mount for your helmet, two mounting plates. One of them is flat and one of them has a slight curve to it. You'll get a couple 3M VHB adhesive pads, one USB cable, and finally the screw, washer, and little wrench to connect the mounting bracket pieces. The camera comes in very nice packaging. When you first open the cover, you'll find the instruction manual. Next, you'll see the DVR and the battery. The black mounting bracket shown here on the DVR is the old design and is no longer included. This unboxing was done prior to this being changed. The DVR comes with a power supply module already attached. This can be useful for times when you need the camera to record longer than the battery can provide. It can be plugged into an external USB power bank, and the cable should be long enough to reach a jacket pocket. Here we have the battery module. This is rated for 5 hours of continuous use. Let's check out the DVR. The black mounting bracket has to be removed before the DVR and the power supply module can be separated. Open the two locking clips, and then the power supply module could be removed. The power supply has only a USB-C pass-through port. The battery is going to have a 5-volt input that's used for charging and a USB-C output that goes to the DVR section. The DVR is where you'll install the micro SD card. You can go up to a 512 gigabyte on this model, but I'll only be installing a 128 gigabyte card today. The H5 does not have any external ports for data transfer or for charging the device. You can use your mobile device to download footage if you choose to go that route. Here's a little closer view of the modules. So let's talk about some of the key features. Now, the max resolution for video is 4K at 30 frames per second. and you'll get 20 megapixels for still images. The H5 has built-in image stabilization, but just keep in mind this is not going to be on par with something like a GoPro or another type of action camera. The H5 is waterproof. The rating for the whole system is IP65. So this is rated to keep out rain and dust, but definitely do not submerge this. The new mounting bracket has a quick detach mounting clip. And allows for a 360-degree rotation of the camera. You will also get 40-degree pivot for side-to-side adjustments. This bracket also has sturdier camera retention arms to prevent accidental disconnects. Here's a comparison between the original mounting bracket and the new one. So in addition to the base model, I was also sent the optional power supply with mic attachment. This is set up really similar to the included power supply, but it also has a boom microphone that you can install inside the helmet. The mic is detachable, so you can remove the camera system from the helmet and leave the mic behind so that it's ready to go next time you need it. Since the mic module needs an external power source, I'll be using an Anker PowerCore Slim 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. The camera will power up as soon as the power supply is connected and will automatically begin recording. The flashing green light is the Wi-Fi indicator and the red light is the recording indicator. The camera will vibrate twice when turning on and only once when shutting off. Since the H5 does not have any external screens, you have to set up the mobile app to change any settings. First, install and then launch the app. You'll be instructed to turn the camera on. This will activate the camera's Wi-Fi. Go into the phone's Wi-Fi settings and find your camera. The default password is 12345678. Then click Join. You should now see the live view of the camera. The recording starts automatically. If you click on the red camera button, the recording will stop. It'll also stop if you click one of the other options, like the folder or the setting options. I'm going into the settings to see what's available. First thing I'll do is select the max video file length of 5 minutes. Next, I'll format my memory card by hitting the formatting button. Here are the available settings for photo resolution. And here are the settings for video resolution. I'm leaving this on 4K 30, which is the highest it can do. Hitting the back arrow will bring you back to the home screen. Now that the camera is set up, I'm ready to update the firmware. Just keep in mind that some of these settings may change with the firmware update, so you'll have to go and verify your settings after the update is finished. So before taking this out to test, I'm going to need to update the firmware to the latest version. Luckily, firmware updates are really simple on the H5. Just go to the Innov website, find the firmware that you need for your camera, download the file, and you're going to drop it onto the root of your micro SD card. Then all you need to do is install the card into the camera, power it up, and the camera will update itself. While it's updating, you will see a series of blinking lights, and the lights will shut off, and the camera will shut off when the update has completed. Now that I have the latest firmware, it's time to install this onto the helmet. Now, I ran into a little bit of trouble installing the camera mount onto my particular helmet. The spot where I wanted to install it was curved in the wrong direction, so I had to get a little creative and used some sugru, which is moldable glue, to hold this in place. This is not an issue with the provided camera mount, but just goes to show that it's difficult to design a universal mounting system. Sometimes they need to be modified to work with your specific situation. After letting the camera mount cure overnight, I am now ready to see how this does out on the road. Just hooked it up to the battery pack here so that I can get audio and extra long charge for the recording here. So I'm about to connect the Wi-Fi here. Okay, Wi-Fi connected. I'm going to open the app. And this automatically starts recording when you turn it on. So right now I'm just trying to get the camera lined up, so I want to have a decent angle here while I'm riding. Got to tilt it up a little bit. Alright, and also when you want to see what the camera is actually seeing, you're better off putting it into landscape mode because it shows the actual place that the camera is pointing at. If you turn it this way, it kind of blocks half of your view. So just FYI on that. So as I'm riding, I want to get a little bit of the bike, but I want to get like more so of the scenery and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. Now, I've already had this camera for quite a while now. It's been a couple months probably, and I've done a lot of testing on it. They have made some revisions with firmware and software updates. So this is the latest revision right now as of the end of October 2022. So one of the main things that I want to test on here is the audio. This does have the attached boom microphone on it right now. So just want to see what the audio quality sounds like with a little bit of wind noise coming in. I'm going to be taking this out on a little bit of a longer ride into the mountains today, out towards Saguaro Lake, Arizona. So I'm hoping to get some nice scenery and also some audio video tests for the H5. So this is what the audio sounds like, doing about 50 miles an hour on regular service streets. I am going to be getting into some areas that are a lot more wide open than this, so should get some decent crosswinds and kind of find out the capacity of this microphone system. But it is a beautiful day for a ride today. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit out here in the East Valley of Arizona, the Phoenix area. A lot of people out here this weekend too. All right, let's try this a little up a couple of notches here. Alright, that cuts, actually this isn't too bad, cuts a little bit of wind off of the bottom side of the helmet. Alright, I'm off the bike now. Just wanted to go someplace with a little bit of a scenic view here. See how the camera records this. And I'm also testing the audio off the bike with my visor up. So how does this sound? Hopefully the audio sounds really good. So I am testing both of the cameras together today, the GoPro Hero 11 Black with the Innnovv H5, and of course it's not going to be a fair comparison. The GoPro is made for like cinematic video, and you know, I've got a mini mod on it with the external microphone attachment, so the audio is going to be a lot better. But I just wanted to do it as a comparison just to see what you're getting with an action camera as opposed to the helmet camera by itself with something like the H5. The purpose, in my opinion, of the H5 is strictly for, you know, a helmet camera system to record everything. That's why the battery life is so good on here. You can turn it on before a trip and just let it run the whole time. And that way, if something comes up, whether you have trouble on your bike or there's just something that you want to get on video, then you have the camera rolling all the time and you just won't miss anything. In my opinion, the GoPro is more of one of those cameras where you turn it on when you specifically have something in mind that you want to record, and then you shut it off when you're done. Now you can hook up external battery packs to a GoPro, but you're still going to be limited. I've had issues with the Hero 11 Black shutting off from overheating after 20-30 minutes of recording at maybe 90-degree Fahrenheit temperature. So it hasn't overcome the overheating potential that they've had for the previous few GoPro camera models. I've had that happen to all of them. Another thing that I tested with the H5 was I was using it as a car dash cam for quite a while. And for that purpose, it worked extremely well. So it's kind of nice when I'm not using it for the motorcycle, then I can use it for my car. Well, it's got a nice trip down here. I never came all the way down by the water over here, so I kind of wanted to see what it looked like. Alright, I just wanted to put this through a little bit of a night riding test.
Everything is on automatic right now. There is an adjustment for exposure compensation, but I have that on 0 right now. Now this is a really dark section over here. There's no street lights to speak of, so let's see how it does over here. So what's my final verdict for the H5? I think it's a really good camera. It does great for dash cam, for my car and for the motorcycle. And how I intend on using this is on days when I'm not using my motovlog helmet and recording with the GoPro, I will be putting the H5 on my regular helmet that I use for commuting and stuff like that. So that way, if I need some recorded footage, I will have a camera on me. If something happens and I need proof of it, then I will have a camera on me. So the H5 is going to be more like my everyday camera, and the GoPro will be my weekend camera for when I'm recording stuff for my YouTube channel. Yeah, as long as you don't expect too much from the H5, it's great for what it was designed for. When you start comparing it to other cameras that were designed for other things, then you're going to have different results. So as long as you keep your expectations correct on it, you won't be disappointed. So hopefully this video was useful to some of you guys out there. If it was, please give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys on the next one.